Hey guys, yeah, I'm outside right now to do this movie of the month video for August 2020. And the movie I want to recommend, you probably see the title of it already in the title box, or the title of the video anyway when you clicked on this. But the movie of the month for August 2020 that I want to recommend, I want to talk about, is one that I've kind of watched a little bit, but mostly for the fact that part of it is animated, and it's one of those films that kind of lures itself, or kind of lends itself, I should say, to the realm of true fantasy, but also nowadays kind of is very relatable when it comes to Hollywood, especially wanting to resurrect stars from beyond the grave, if you know what I mean. In the movie I want to talk about stars the actress called Robin Wright, and the title is basically Robin Wright at the Congress. Now this does star Harvey Keitel, Paul Giamatti, Danny Hudson, and John Hamm. It is a film by Errol Fullman, director of Waltz with Badger, which I think was an animated film. And basically the movie is, like I say, it's a blend of live action and animation. Mainly the deal is that Robin Wright plays herself in the film. She plays herself in the film, but because she's getting older, she basically makes a deal with the studio that can basically download her image. Basically they can do a full body scan or something like that, download her image, and basically make her immortal when it comes to being in films that, you know, as she gets older she would be impossible to be in, or from even a fantasy element would be impossible to be in, and stuff like that. Even films that she was, you know, that she had turned down, basically. And the movie, again, it's like I said, it's part live action, which you can see here, and it's part animation. And that's where the fantasy elements of the film come in, being part animation, because like I said, having her body, having herself scanned and downloaded to be utilized for films even when she's gone, is very, like I say, very relatable nowadays, due to the fact that, you know, you have Hollywood trying to do that with a lot of stars of the past, even those that are still alive but are incapable of looking younger. This kind of basically gives you a first look at, you know, what that process is like. You know, basically trying to, you know, keep the vision of that individual, as the way people used to see them, or used to seeing them as. I mean, you take a look at like a lot of the movies happening nowadays, and how certain actors and actresses are able to reprise their roles, but reprise them as if, you know, they never aged. You know, you take a look at Captain Marvel, and everybody wonders how in the world how are they going to get Samuel L. Jackson to look young, you know, when he plays the part of Nick Fury, a young Nick Fury, in this movie. And basically they use the technology of de-aging, and that kind of is what you get here. Basically, by, you know, using technology, they, like I said, they basically convince her to allow them to scan her body, download it, so they can use it digitally for any future movie projects, whether it's animated or live action, and they could use her likeness in any way, shape, or form, either de-aging her to a teen, de-aging her by a couple of years, putting her in an animated fantasy realm where, you know, she's able to do the impossible and stuff like that. That's kind of what this movie gives off. And basically that's the Blu-ray right there, and then underneath I think is the it's not the DVD, But this is it's a turnaround cover. Basically, it's the same cover, but it's like a turnaround cover. So that hold on for a sec while I do this. Hold on for a second while I do this here. Put that down for a second. But basically, that's what it's a turnaround cover, as you can see. This cover here shows you basically the animation portion of what the movie is like, and you can tell that it's in a fantasy-like realm. Like here she is crossing over from live action into the animation. Now I've tried to use the digital code in case you guys are wondering, and here's a more of an example of what I'm talking about. It comes in a little booklet. This is what I mean by scanning her body and everything. This is what I mean by scanning her body. That's what they do in the film, to kind of download the essence of her, or download her body, or digitally download herself, basically who she is. And then this is how she goes into the fantasy realm, I guess. She drives, and then she ends up, like I say, into this fantasy realm where she becomes animated and stuff. And that's basically right there, that's supposed to be the animated version of her in the film. And she meets up with this other character. I can't think if it's who it is. I don't know if it's John Hamm or Harvey Keitel or something. Or Danny Houston or Hudson. But basically, they show her what the fantasy world, the animation world that she's now also part of, is capable of allowing her to do. And there are scenes in it where it shows herself and other people that have gone through this process being able to shapeshift into just about anything they want, or be able to shape part of the bodies into anything they want. I mean, there is one scene where her and the male character that she meets up with, you know, make love in a field, and she basically extends her fingers and parts of her body into like little vines that grow into the ground and grow into flowers, and basically turn them into some kind of like tree-like being or something. It's kind of like one of those situations. It's one of those kind of movies that you just have to watch to see and believe. But anyway, I thought I'd just come on here and give you guys the movie of the month recommendation for August 2020. It is The Congress. Hope you guys enjoyed this recommendation. I would suggest checking this movie out. You might enjoy it. And that's all I'm going to say. So till next time, God bless, take care. And again, this is the movie of the month recommendation for August 2020, Robin Wright in The Congress. Check it out. I think you might like it, especially if you're into those artistic like films that you see at like festivals, the Cannes Festival and all that. Check it out. I think you'll enjoy it. Peace out.